X8, report right base runway 24, QFE 1007. Crest wings 8, take off 24, surface wind 240 degrees 14 knots. Swings 9, with the tug bot inside, take off your discretion, runway 24, surface wind 240 degrees 14 knots.
Passing wings 9.
Take all the time you need, there's just one, just turning finals.
That's copy, thanks, passing 9.
Crest wings 2, harbored on to roll, he's just waiting for a tug bot upwind.
Crest 2, roger, away.
Thank you. X8, report right base runway 24, QFE 1007.
All Spitfire second to display. All Spitfires to display. Puffing out a lot of smoke.
Sea Fury, do you have a problem?
Negative, it's a bit smoky on number 13 cylinder.
Roger.
Swordfish, downwind, land, grass.
You upwind, you can taxi then onto the grass, and your parking will be pretty much opposite the control tower actually. Just report the grass runway vacated.
Swordfish, downwind for the grass.
Swordfish, report finals.
Report final, Swordfish. Apologies, was the last call for the Sea Fury.
8 firm, taxi onto the grass now, cross the grass runway, taxi behind the line of parked aeroplanes, and your parking position is pretty much opposite the control tower.
Sea Fury, that's coming online. I just taxied down the taxiway and then off onto the grass, copy.
Yeah, that's fine.
Spitfire's rolling. Barrow, just checking.
Skyra, this is Duxford, surface wind check 25014, recent max 18.
Copy, copy. And all aboard.
Thank you. Spitfire's 1 minute. Left, 109 to go right.
109, stay low.
The Spitfires are out. Spitfires into pairs. Pairs go.
All these 3 aircraft took part in it. Messerschmitt 109 is a very small machine. Some people say that its cockpit looks like a coffin. It's very boxy, very narrow, and very mechanical and very German. But once in flight, the aircraft is supposed to be, well, not really a pussycat, but a very easy airplane.
Rolling out, tail 3, go.
Tail.
So it's a very small aircraft. You can look at the fuselage, it's quite slim and
He has gear down, gear down.
Yeah, roger, copy that. Be going out to the door.
Roger. Barrow, there's a switch to display frequency. Go.
Horseman, roger, surface wind check 25013, recent max 20.
There's 5 seconds to take off in a 1 second streak. Further rolling. Tires running in 1 minute.
remains the same. And what's extraordinary with this feature is that this is the
Griffin, Spitz, you have the Spitfire low.
and if you fly a Spitfire, you know that
Carl, do you have the Mark 1?
close to perfection. It's not a difficult aircraft to fly, it's a friendly machine.
360 left, Merlin's 360 left. That's all right. Left for Merlin's.
B-17 Duxford, at the moment we're on time.
High Raiders on display.
Now from the left we have mighty Sky Raiders.
Bearcat, come left to left, continue climbing. Braking, go. Corsair coming into your 9 o'clock, same height. Now slightly below.
Okay, got your visualizer.
Vortex start up, get angle.
240 degrees 9.
Hey, Sky Raiders, be aware the Duxford is still landing on final.
Free.
Corsair, can we run into about 3,500?
Again.
Can we go to 3,500?
Join me, Eastern End. High Raiders, apologies, that was the last pass. Running in now to brake for landing. High Raiders, braking, go.
Mustang, surface wind check 240, 10 knots.
Corsair Bearcat, 30 seconds. The leader finals grass, steer down.
Surface wind 240 degrees 9. Sky Raider 1, keep rolling to the end.
Got it. Sky Raiders 2, ground frequency. Loud and clear. Sky Raiders taxiing in.
Duxford, you'll have to taxi behind the flight line. The hard taxiway is blocked.
Copy, Sky Raiders.
Keep it tight, please.
Okay. Duxford from Mustang, isn't that going to be blocked for a while?
I would imagine 5 minutes. Sally B's not started yet, she's on the taxiway. And Sky Raiders, after the Yonkers 52, there's a gap which will get you back onto the hard taxiway.
We're better off staying here, aren't we? We're right in tight.
Sky Raiders, roger.
Corsair, you can just move further to the south, please, next time round.
Corsair commencing last pass. Okay, Mustang lining up on the ground.
Back-headed clear now on the downwind road.
Okay, from Mustang, can you just give us a little bit of space?
Okay, back out Mustang, Corsair, we'll do a wide circuit for you.
B-17, let me know when you've finished with power checks. The Dragons are manoeuvring behind you onto the grass.
B-17, are you all aboard? Aboard, number 4. Okay. Mustang running in. Mustang, the 4-ship running in. Last pass for Mustang. Next to last pass for Mustang. B-17 lining up hard. Taxi to park.
With a high performance wing, a transonic wing, and
Sally B, and repeat, the Mustangs will be doing one more pass over you for you to go.
people over the years have drawn comparisons between the Spitfire and the Mustang. It was not really
B-17 rolling in 5 seconds.
bombers down in the
Mustangs 2 and 3 are breaking out. Mustangs 1 and 2. Mustangs 1 and 2 are breaking out. Rob, Mustang Bombers is going on the right.
Say again, number 2 is left, correct?
8 up.
Thanks you visual with the 17 coming the other way. Mustangs on final.
I see the B-17, it's not a problem.
Mustangs 1 and 2 turning finals behind the B-17 for the hard.
described as
Surface wind 230 degrees 12.
3 off the runway.
in each one of those you have 10 kids. Average age.
Mustang to 132 open.
B-17 commencing last pass. B-17 last pass.
3 check. 2. Stand clear, Mustangs on frequency, taxiing back.
I'll win for the hard.
Around the world are very fond. A reverence to Geoffrey de Havilland, his sons, the de Havilland Company. This is a trio of records. We have a
Memorial 1, the Dragons are currently displaying. You're welcome to come in close, maximum 2 miles. It's the flying type.
Dragon 2 and 3, downwind.
To go to display.
Dragon 2 downwind to land. Final go.
Surface wind 240 degrees 11.
Dragon 3 downwind land.
One Dragon on final and the other one's downwind at the moment. I'll call you. Memorial 1, anticipate running in 1 minute.
Memorial 1. Memorial 1 minute, good to
Memorial 1 over. Dragons on the ground.
display. Memorial.
Surface wind is 240 degrees 14 knots.
Unfortunately, if one failed, the other one could only be guaranteed to get you to the scene of the crash. So consequently, the only launchers that still survive are all crash damaged, having been dug out of the ground in various places. The decision was made to enlarge the wingspan, making it impossible to get into the hangars at the time, but to hang on 4 Merlins. Once again, these were borrowed from the Beaufighter production line. And the aircraft was incredibly transformed into one of the great aircraft of all time. Once again, think about 20 years old kids.
Duxford Memorial 1 last pass.
To 5 seconds to roll.
Duxford Memorial, that's Lancaster, BDF flight pass complete.
Memorial Lancaster, Duxford, roger.
And fine to the north.
Roger, back to 122075, please.
Duxford Memorial 1 is now departing to Cambridge, thanks.
Memorial 1, roger. QNH 1012, there is traffic passing to the north 2,500 feet working Cambridge. 1236, bye-bye, and thanks very much.
Thanks very much, bye.
Yoga 52 is running in now.
During the third
Year 52, Duxford display.
Yes, correct, Yoga.
Yeah, the young Meister seems to go on tech, he's not getting airborne.
Okay.
So the Fokker is airborne now.
That's the Fokker.
People were traveling by air, 15 or 18 at a time, in these big machines, flying at today's highway speeds, not much faster, and Germany. Coming from Germany and going to
Sea Fury, surface wind check 25014 knots, recent Mach 19.
expensive.
270 degrees, 13 knots.
Hawkers, are you with me?
And very early in the morning after
Hawker, just, I think you probably know, but the young Meister did not fly.
the aircraft having been refueled and cleaned up during,
Yoga 52, final for 24 hard.
and they would start again for 8 to 10 hours. But I'm worried with the U-52, the Hawker's 52. But the This aircraft is flown by Lufthansa today, the real Lufthansa, the airline, who has an historical division, just like the Royal Air Force has a Battle of Britain Memorial Flight. Lufthansa operates this U-52 on passenger-carrying flights. They sell joyrides aboard the aircraft, and the crews aboard are normally flying Boeing 747s, Airbuses, or 777s, and they're flying all over the world. A seat in the cockpit of this uses 7 years.
Now, of course, the youngest 52 was originally designed as a single engine aeroplane, but they realised that one engine wasn't really man enough to pull this aeroplane along, so they added a couple on the wings.
It's a slow aircraft. It flies at something like what, 110 miles per hour, or maybe even less. It lands in very short distance, and it flies very well, low and slow, and above all, it has a very good payload. And for its day, it was equally as good on short haul routes, carrying big loads, lots of passengers,
Commencing last pass.
The pile of paperwork doesn't yet equal the same weight as the aeroplane, but that's not far off its first flight.
Landing the Lufthansa U-52 is Flugkapitän Hohn and his crew. But the name Curtis is something, and I know people who really think that in terms of sex appeal or
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've let you listen to the wonderful sound of that 110 horsepower Lerone rotary engine, and some of you may even be lucky enough to smell the whiff of castor oil as Michael Carlson brings the Fokker triplane. We're also saying this is one of the few aircraft, historical aircraft, where there could be more replicas than there were original aircraft. There were only 320 Fokker triplanes made. It was not actually as successful as some people would have you think. Very, very manoeuvrable, as you've seen Michael demonstrating, but it was actually quite slow and was not really a match for some of the aircraft coming in, such as the ST5. And of course the Camel was almost equal when it came to throwing it around the sky.
But the thing is that if you wanted to know, if you asked yourself the question, why is it that Manfred von Richthofen was such a successful ace? Well, you might have a part of the answer looking at Michael Carlson's demo on the Fokker Dreidecker. Nobody really thought that this Venetian blind of an aircraft would be capable of turning so tight and performing this kind of aerobatics and having such a rate of climb. Look at it. Look at it climbing. And now you have the answers. Why Manfred von Richthofen, the lecturer, who fond of the Dreidecker and wanted to go to war only in this type of aircraft. Now we have an answer, including the fact that the engine, the rotary engine equipping this aircraft is not making things easier when you're flying it, because the big, huge gyroscope of this engine turning in front of your feet in the nose of the aircraft prevents it from being as maneuverable to the right as it is to the left. It's quite easy. In fact, it's a very good aircraft turning to the left because the gyroscope will help you.
Duxford from the Hawk. Where's the young Meister at the moment?
Young Meister is tech, did not take off.
Confirm he didn't take off?
Correct, did not get airborne.
Okay, Hawk. Well, Davis will be positioning to run in.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I think you should give Michael a round of applause for that one. That was superb. And just have a sniff and try and catch the smell of that one.
This particular
We're proceeding for last pass. Last pass.
young pilots going to the RAF would fly in these sport machines, sporty biplanes, aerobatic, superbly designed and superbly constructed equipment. Rolls Royces of the fun skies.
BBC Fury P38 landing will be taking the hard runway. ABC Fury to display.
Roger, just an observation from one pilot, a warbird pilot. Looks like there was a panel loose just under where the canopy, where you are, maybe 1 foot down from the canopy.
A panel, confirmed.
Was that on taxi out? That's normally down because the gear handle's hooked to it.
Fury 2, can you see anything loose on me from both sides, please?
Yes, but number 2, the aft plate is not a problem.
It's not a problem, confirmed.
It's not a problem, I confirm.
Navy Sea Fury, there is some ground crew coming to have an observation.
Those landings are something to... I hope you have a camera or a video or because filming or snapping those Hawker biplanes landing is something. Propeller driven aircraft, They call
There's a request from the Hawk who's airborne with the gear unsafe. He wants to know if anybody can get airborne and have a look.
them the Fury.
How about the Sea Furies? They're up right now.
Fury.
Okay, thanks.
You're going
The
to.
Sea Fury's message from the display director, the Curtis Hawk's 1,500 feet to the north with a gear unsafe warning. He wants one of you to inspect if that's okay.
Fury is rolling in. Rolling in.
Powerful sewing machines. Listen.
No, this
Sea Fury running in.
This is Chris Scott.
Confirm Navy Sea Fury running in.
Flying the Royal Navy Historic Flight
Swordfish, roger, the surface wind 230 degrees, 14 knots.
Navy Swordfish.
Curtis Hawk, Duxford. We're looking to get you in after the Swordfish has departed.
Okay, that makes sense.
He's due to depart at minute 53. Hawk, the Navy Sea Fury's on his way to have a look first, and we'll get back to you with your other question.
And if you can just close it a little closer to the field, that'd be great.
Navy Swordfish, ducks aground.
Navy Swordfish, go ahead.
the Centaurus engine.
Navy Swordfish to display.
Was, overhauled by
2132, just the 9, Navy Swordfish.
was, sent over for the Royal Navy Historic Flight. They also have a single seat.
Swordfish report lining up.
Navy Swordfish lining up on the ground.
This is a moment where the sky here at Duxford belongs to the Royal Navy Historic Flight. Just like the RAF has a Battle of Britain Memorial Flight, the Royal Navy has an Historic Flight, which operates, among others, this Sea Fury.
Swordfish rolling on the ground into display.
Public service announcement.
Sea Fury, all three wheels seem to be down at present.
Okay, thank you very, very much for that.
Need any other further assistance?
No, that's it. Just decision time now. Thanks for that. See you later.
Happy landing.
The other distance W we're equally happy for you to come back here or to Cambridge. It's up to you.
Just let me know when you're ready for me to display.
The Swordfish was, we mentioned earlier on, it was one of only 2 aircraft that was in frontline service on the first and the last day of the war, the other one being the Spitfire. It also at last...
You can run in for your display now.
Clear display, Swordfish.
Good sort, Roger. This ground crew are aware of your plight and are making their way to you, I believe. Just to keep you up to speed, we're looking at trying to get you airborne when the Swordfish has finished his display and is downwind to land, and hopefully by that time we'll be joining you also.
In its entirety. The pilot.
Sorry for the delay.
Second man in his work.
Navy Sea Fury, that's forward once the Swordfish is clear, I'll maintain clear of the hard as the
Gunner.
as also gets airborne as I run into my second part of the display.
Oh, Roger, thanks very much for that, much appreciated.
Sitting so high above the fuselage that is completely engulfed by the wind. But that's a good thing when comes the moment to salute the public. See the gunner? You see his head protruding above the others? But the Swordfish history is filled up with extraordinary moments. It's the largest warship ever made. With the right-hand side.
Of course, there are other times when young men had to take these out over vast expanses of frozen sea, flying escorts to Norwegian cockpits, going right into the north
Wind right for the grass. Swordfish, Roger. The grass is blocked at the moment. There's an aircraft just about to come under tow.
Swordfish, copy. Swordfish is one orbit to the north.
Swordfish, thank you. Break Sea Fury that's displaying at the moment. There will be a P4, a Corsair departing ahead underneath your display.
AFO Sea Fury, happy.
Corsair, take your field discretion.
Sea Fury 3 from 1 and 2, call downwind.
Navy Sea Fury is downwind, full stop.
Roger, Sea Fury is 1 and 2, entering the downwind from the north.
Navy Sea Fury, signals get out, full stop. The hard.
Navy Sea Fury, thanks. The hard only.
Swordfish, do you want me to keep holding to the north while that aircraft is on the grass?
The sky. According to
Corsair is holding in the north, ready for display anytime.
Corsair, thanks. We'll call you back. The grass is now open.
most famous
Swordfish, roger. Swordfish, final for the grass, visual the second Sea Fury.
Swordfish, roger.
38, taxi for departure and then to display. 38 to display, I say again to display.
Again, because he was a famous
Corsair, you're happy for the P38 to depart underneath here?
Absolutely.
P38, roger, at your discretion.
Swordfish to 122075.
Swordfish, roger, thanks very much for your cooperation.
Corsair running in.
Good info, Swordfish, taxi back to my spot.
Swordfish, roger, follow the Sea Fury.
Swordfish.
Fury, just ground idle please around the corner because of the two blind planes behind you.
Info, Swordfish, can I go behind the rapides to get into my slot?
Stand by please. The grass, so just hold for 30 seconds or so.
House, 4 stories house in New York. He could stay there and he finds his way back to the cockpit because he says, if I don't write, if I don't fight, I don't have the right to write. He was a 43-year-old man, carrying cameras at 30,000 feet between Corsica and the Mediterranean, over the south of France, and at the time they were preparing the Allied landings on the south of France, which happened during midsummer 1944. And on the 31st of July 1944, he was old, 44 years old. That's all for a military fighting man. He had spent life before. He had dinner, he had drinks. Some say maybe he had too many drinks, but they all had too many drinks at the time. And before sunrise, he strapped himself down into the cockpit of a P-38 like this one, a silver one, and he took off at first light. His call sign was Colgate. They had this kind of humor in choosing their call signs. So he left Corsica, climbed up, it's minus whatever. It's higher than the Everest. And you're in there, 44 years old, shaking in your furs, and you try to
Thanks for an excellent display. Thanks for your cooperation and to ground.
Sorry for having been.
Of course, I just cautioned the World War I aircraft are in the hold to the north.
Oh, they are looking.
Also in the Atlantic. The Royal Navy had Corsairs, am I right?
Yes, we very much did. Operating them from carriers in the Mediterranean and in the Far East.
Then back to St. Exupéry, the man found his way back to his forest ways. With the French Air Force, a wrecking unit called the 2/33. And 233 was The Lightning was a strange aircraft, very strange. It was designed approximately at the same time. It was designed before the Corsair was designed. The Corsair was designed in what, 1937, 38, at the start of the think tanks about
Corsair's coming in for the last pass.
superb machine.
Whiskey 1, now running it.
The Newport had one above the wing and one on the forward fuselage flying through the propeller. The triplane had two on the forward fuselage. And that was really the standard armament on aircraft right up until the early 1930s. So
Moran formation, the World War I aircraft is still displaying.
Yeah, we are ready.
The Gladiator, where more guns were added and speeds began.
So the French aircraft were parts of it. And 406. If war had started in 1936, the Moran 406 would have been the strike. The thing is that this aircraft was designed in fact. The strike The sliding canopy
Dakota, Duxford ground to display.
46 was protected, and all the sliding canopies may be after the fact paid royalties to the Alliance and all the American manufacturers, because the sliding canopy was
which led to the engine that is in the Moran. Of course, the Moran is the V12 inspired by Suiza, part of a very, very long and successful line of engines. And of course, they were also built engine without having actually the license.
well inspired. Saying that all the squadrons had to be christened after a province of France, and so Normandy became that is the Moran. Scored 280 kills during the little less than 3 years they have been fighting for the loss of 40 pilots. And they became so successful that the unit became a hero of the Soviet Union, and they were flying this little fighter, as Melvin said, equipped with you wouldn't dare say a copy of the most successful fighters of all time. This These were deadly machines against the Messerschmitts on the Falklands. Let's say 10,000, 12,000 feet, the yachts weren't good anymore. But on the Eastern Front, most of the air combats were at low altitude, ground level almost.
Now, the Yak 9 was actually in production from 1942 through to 1948. That's testament to commercially, and I think one or two are still flying militarily. I think South Africa still has some.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those aeroplanes that looks right, it is right, it's engineered, it has no fatigue line, it is built so strongly.
The American FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, did an audit on the DC-3s, saying
3-ton DC-3 load on it, they put a 10-ton Avro York load on it. And the thing still managed to fly, still managed to produce. It was one of the it was one of the aircraft that won the war.
Isn't that beautiful?
Please, just an observation from the FCC committee. Please, can you not be as low next time?
Okay.
Thank you.
And finally, it took off 3 points. 3 is being displayed vertically. Not only elegant, they do that too well.
Okay, final pass.
Here you are, Winkler, with some 29 inches manifold pressure and probably 30s, Italo Balbo, who was a believer in large formations. But let's then roar down the runway now for the time
Right base, hard.
Lead section Sky Raiders suggest you move slightly out and forward, out and forward.
Backhand's rolling in.
It's the beginning of this afternoon of sharing together stories and sights and sounds and remembering things.
Dakota's just beyond fires. There's a vehicle entering the runway at the western of the pickups reported.
That's his nickname.
T3 England, the grass or the hot.
His real name is Stephen Gray.
Take it grass,
Thank you.
Yes, we call him Sir Stephen Gray. Steve is a hell of a man. And I can tell you he's a hell of a pilot also. And is this kind of man just like most of us, he's a man who thinks that we've got